Hello, water signs. How y'all doing? Time for a little bit of bonus material for you here. We're looking at how they feel about you. Okay? I have already done the fire and the air signs, and it's turned out pretty good. It was a bit of an ad-lib, random idea. It's turned out pretty good, though. I'm going to do the best that I can to cover all grounds, past person and new person, if possible. But anyway, that's what we're looking at here. How do they feel about you? Okay? Remember, if you want information on scheduling personal readings, look in the description of the video. Other than that, let's hop into it. Do we have any cancers in here? I see y'all pouring in. What's up, y'all? Any cancers in here? Cancer. How do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? What actions are they going to most likely take? And what's the best advice for you here? Cancer. Again, I'm going to do the best I can to cover as much grounds as possible. Past person and new person, hopefully. We can cover all that in one spread. Doesn't always turn out that way, but that's the goal here. Just take it as it resonates. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. It ain't that big a deal. Let's get 4 shuffles here. 1, 2. 2 more. Overall, the world reversed. Yeah, this person definitely feels a sense of unfinished business. Okay, so as far as the way they perceive you, I think... Okay, so this is a little bit mixed up right here. Well, not really mixed up. It's just kind of like... It's almost like 2 opposing viewpoints at the same time. I feel like... They feel like whatever decision that you've made is final. Okay, but at the same time, they still think there's a part of you that feels a little bit guilty, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, I hope it does. Like, okay, well, I see you've made your decision right here, but I know you feel guilty. I know you did wrong. Okay, now, is that how you feel? Who knows? Who knows? Again, when I read somebody else's perspective, that doesn't mean that what comes through is factual. Okay, what comes through is this person's perspective, whether it's accurate or not accurate. Does that make sense? They also think that you have a bit of an attitude problem. Okay, got a bit of a sharp tongue. All right, a bit argumentative. Just a bit of an attitude problem. A bit moody and condescending and spiteful. If that makes any sense. Could be another Cancer that you're dealing with, by the way. But I do think that they're going to attempt to reach out. Okay, as far as the actions that they're going to take. Page of Swords in the heart of the spread right here. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so with the Page of Swords upright, Ace of Swords reversed, I do think you're more than likely going to hear from this person eventually. But I don't really know if they're going to communicate 100% of what they're really thinking and feeling. Okay, they don't really know exactly how to approach you. They are moving forward. I don't really see them particularly turning around and trying to rearrange their life to fit you in it, but I do think you're more than likely going to hear from this person, and it's probably going to cause a bit of confusion. It's probably going to cause a bit of confusion, especially if you choose to entertain it. Now, let's just play devil's advocate here and say that they are right. Maybe you have made a final decision and you do feel guilty. Let's just say, for argument's sake, if you allow that guilt to overtake you and you choose to entertain this and play the game and talk to them and whatnot, I think it's going to cause a great deal of confusion. Okay, a lot of emotional dissonance, a lot of cognitive dissonance, a lot of, and I'm not seeing like a solid outcome as far as this goes, but it does make the ice very thin. Okay, if you choose to play with it, if you choose to entertain the game, if you choose to go along with it, it could be very risky. Okay, walking a tightrope in a windstorm, it's very risky. You could easily fall. I wouldn't recommend it. That's just my personal advice. But the most likely advice that I can give you right here, even if this is painful, this may be a painful thing, I would do the best that I can right now to ignore this person, ignore any of their advances, because some of you, with this world in the reverse being the overall energy, some of you are dealing with a cycle that has repeated many, many times. okay? Of course, not all of you. Some of you could just be dealing with somebody that's only been one cycle, but still, this right here typically, not always, but it can very strongly indicate that this isn't the first time you've cycled through this with this person, okay? And there's room for error there. There's room for growth and room for expansion, but after a certain point, especially if you're dealing with a past person here, if it got to this point, the cycle is probably going to keep repeating itself, okay? So this is one of the most challenging things that a water sign can do, but I've witnessed many water signs do this very successfully if you're strong enough, and that is to deal with whatever emotional pain comes along with it, as long as you know you're making the right move, okay? Some of you need to focus more of your energy on work and finance, okay? But plan your steps, okay? If you're on a new path right now, which I think a lot of you are, it's very important to plan each step moving forward and do not let anybody pull you off of that path, okay? Now I want to look at the potential for success that the two of you may or may not have, okay? Because, I mean, you all, like I just read, that it doesn't really look like it's successfully working out right now. But let's see if there is potential. Like if you and this person were to exclusively, consciously agree to work on yourselves and work on this right here, how much potential could there possibly be if you chose to play your cards right? No pun intended. Let's see. Potential for success with Cancer. And again, it looks more like past energy, but it can resonate. If it resonates with a person you're currently dealing with, then take that as well. Take it how it resonates, unless it doesn't resonate. If it doesn't resonate, don't try to force it to. Just chuck it in a fuck it bucket and don't worry about it. Let's get 4 shuffles here. 1, oops. 2. 2 more. Damn, this deck doesn't want to behave. All right, time to switch decks. This deck's being stubborn. It's time for a new one, man. Time for all new decks. There we go. Let's bust out the Gilded Tarot. Sorry about that, y'all. That little deck got an attitude problem right there. Legacy of the Divine. Good old deck, but that one's being stubborn with me, so I'm going to pull this one out. Potential for success. Okay, the Hermit in the reverse. 2 more. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, Knight of Wands reversed. All right, so I think the two of you do have the potential to work together as a very good team. If, and only if. The two, like, and this is exclusive, okay? You exclusively and them exclusively. Learn the power of being able to sit with yourself, okay? I think that one, the other, or both of you, somebody here, the problem is that they don't like being alone. They don't like being with themselves. They don't like sitting with their own thoughts. So they're constantly seeking out connections and relationships and friendships to try to distract themselves from their own head. Okay, so basically there's a wound being left untended, and that wound will manifest, okay? Especially if you leave it untended, it will seep out subconsciously and manifest in the physical world. And if that is left unchecked, I don't see any potential for success here. I see potential for success if both of you, and since I can't speak for both of you, I can only speak for you, if you take the initiative to say, okay, well, how can I change me? How can I better myself? Okay, there's always things, every last one of us, you, me, every last one of us can look inside and say, how can I work on this thing? Okay, if you think that there's nothing you need to work on, I promise you, you're the problem. Okay, we all have things we could work on. So if the two of you could get on the same page and agree to do that, I think there is potential that you all could work together very well. But right now, the cards are telling me that all it takes is one person to refuse to do that, and it doesn't take 2 people to tango. It takes 2 people who know how to dance to tango. All it takes is one person to say, man, that dance is too hard. I don't feel like learning that. And the whole dance is fucked. So, Scorpio. Scorpio, how do they feel about you, man? How do they feel about you? What actions are they most likely going to take? And what's the best advice for you here? Best advice. Scorpio. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate it. Two of Pentacles. Okay. I don't want to speak on that yet. Hold on. 4 shuffles. 1, 2. 2 more. Six of Cups. So I think that they think you miss them a little bit more than you're letting on. So I think they perceive you as, I know Scorpio misses me. I know Scorpio wants this, 6 of Cups. But with the Sun in the reverse, a Magician reverse, Page of Pentacles, if you all are in communication, I think that they think you're trying to cover up emotions, okay? That maybe you have a softer side than you're letting on, okay? They think that you can tend to be a bit manipulative sometimes. Does that mean you are? Not necessarily. Remember, this is their perspective. That you can tend to be a bit manipulative, that you have emotions that you're hiding and that you're covering up, and that you're really unhappy on the inside, but they think that you're putting this cloak of false, maybe confidence, or this false sense of being kind of detached and closed off. But I don't think now, are you detached and closed off? Maybe not. Maybe you're like, no, I'm not hiding nothing about how I feel. I really feel this way. I'm being genuine. Maybe, but they don't trust it. They don't trust it. I think they think that you're hiding how you feel, okay? Most likely actions they're going to take, I do see an attempted reconciliation. I don't know if you're going to recognize this as an attempted reconciliation. But as far as their intentions, I think that you're more than likely, again, going to hear from this person eventually. And when you do, their intention will be to reconcile, but I don't think they're going to come out and say it. Okay, they could be projecting themselves onto you. Maybe it's them who misses you, and they're pretending not to. Okay, and in this weird thing that we humans tend to do sometimes, a lot of times, we take what we're feeling and thinking, and we project it onto you. All right. Thanks, Carolyn, for that super chat. Appreciate it. Greatly appreciate you. So I don't really think, again, with the 10 of Cups in the reverse, I don't think they're going to actually come out and say it. Okay, if that makes any sense. I think this is a big sense of projection here. Okay. The best advice to you, like if you hear from this person, if they reach out, don't let your guard down. Okay. If you feel guarded, if you feel like you can't trust this person, it's because you can't. It's because you can't, okay? You know you can't trust them. You know that, and I wouldn't be easy on them. I wouldn't be easy on them, especially if they try to play like everything's cool. Or, like when somebody will start up a conversation, something really, really bad happened very recently, and we both feel it, but you're just pretending it didn't happen. Don't let that slide. Don't let it slide. Don't be easy on them. Don't be easy on them. I think they're projecting their own feelings onto you. That's what it looks like here. But let's see potential for success. Do you all even have the potential? Just let's say in what if land, you all came together and both attempted to reconcile. How much potential would there be? Essentially, from a spiritual perspective, what I'm saying is it even in the books to reconcile? A lot of times it's not. Hopefully we move past that, the other side using romantic situations to push us off onto a certain path or to get a point across. The only reason the other side does that is because we prioritize love ahead of everything else. So a lot of times the other side will use romantic connections to get a point across or to get, whatever contract was signed to get that vibration going. But let's see here. Let's get 4 shuffles. 1, 2. 2 more. The Devil card. Ooh. Nine of Cups reversed. Knight of Cups reversed. Knight of Swords reversed. King of Swords, Six of Pentacles. I don't think so, really. I don't think so. I think that there's too much codependence here, okay? One, the other, or both of you is dependent on relationships and connections as your only source of well-being, okay? Which is very, very common. Like I said, that is, at least up until this point, that is the most common energy that attracts relationships together. But we are at a point now where the veil is so thin. Now in 2020, the veil is so damn thin that it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Whatever frequency you're on when you come together with a person is more than likely going to manifest in the physical. If you're on the frequency of emptiness and loneliness, when you come together with a person, the chances are very, very high that something is going to manifest in your physical reality that complements the frequency of emptiness and loneliness. That's the way it works, and I think that's what's going on right here. I don't think that's you, though. It could be some of you, but that really doesn't feel like that's coming from you, okay? So the Devil card ties directly into that. Basically, I look at the Devil card as Nine of Cups reversed on steroids, okay? So lost down that path. The idea of being able to fulfill yourself emotionally is completely incomprehensible, okay? That's when it turns into devil energy, obsession, straight self-indulgence, okay? I don't really care about a connection. All I care about is fulfilling myself from the outside in. See what I'm saying? But when it all comes down to it, King of Swords, Six of Pentacles, I just don't really think that the emotion and the drive is there. It's not there. So basically, the candle's all out of wax. If you try to relight it, it ain't gonna work. I don't think there is potential here, honestly. I really don't. I don't. All right, last but certainly not least, Pisces. How do they feel about it? What actions are they most likely going to take? And what's the best advice for you here regarding this situation? For those of you new to my channel and new to my style, I am much, much bigger on advice than I am on outcomes happening to you, okay? Much, much bigger on that because those outcomes are much more changeable and movable and malleable than we've been led to believe. We're pretty much led to believe that we're the victim of some outcome that's just supposed to happen to us. Not really. Not really. Not really. It's a lot. There's a lot more play in there than you know, okay? Let's get 3 shuffles for Pisces. 1, 2, and 3. Queen of Wands, okay. King of Pentacles reverse, 6, okay. So I think this person views you as being very indecisive. No, Pisces, no. But I think that they see you as moving on from this, but moving on kind of aimlessly, if that makes any sense. I think Pisces is moving on from this, but I don't really know if Pisces has their priorities straight, and I don't even know if Pisces has a clue where the hell they're going from here. Now, again, is that true? Who knows? With every ounce of respect, I really don't care. That's not the point. The point of it is this is how they see you. They see you as moving on from this aimlessly with no direction. You have no idea what the hell you're doing. You have no idea what you're going. I think that they think that you're kind of stupid. Honestly, I have to say it how I see it here. I think that they view you as being a little bit just a little bit stupid. Honestly, I think they think you're stupid. Most likely actions they're going to take, I don't see any, okay? 3 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. I think they're contemplating, should I reach out to Pisces? Or is it just going to be the same old shit that it was? Or should I go over and see? Should I go knock on their door? Or should I, but with the Chariot in the reverse, I don't really think that they trust that if the two of you were to try to work things out, they don't really trust the process that it would actually move forward smoothly. Okay, we're going to see whether or not there's potential for that. Again, not saying that that's the truth. I'm saying this is how the person sees it. Okay, so the best advice that I could give you would be to go find something new. Okay, I don't really, if this past person sees you that way, Lovers reversed, Ten of Cups reversed. If they see you that way, man, don't fucking, I wouldn't. That's how you see me? You think I'm an idiot? You think I don't know what the hell I'm doing? Okay, well, deuces. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'll go look for something new if I were you, okay? This connection has served its purpose. Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. I also have Cancer here. Could be anybody. But, yeah, I'd go look for something new if I was you, man. You're dealing with somebody that thinks you're an idiot. Man, don't go back to that. Don't go back to that. Hell no. Let's see what kind of potential you all would have if the two of you were put in the position to try to reconcile. Let's see potential for successful reconciliation. And I like it when people come to me for personal readings and they say, you know, could we successfully reconcile? I'm like, you're catching on there. As reconciliation, hey, that doesn't mean it's going to be successful. You know, people try to reconcile all the time. It doesn't work always, does it? No. Let's see if there's potential here for successful reconciliation. Okay, 4 shuffle. 1, 2, and 2 more. King of Wands again. That was the same overall energy that was in the last spread. Page of Swords, Ace of Swords reversed, Hangman reversed, Wheel of Fortune reversed. No. 4 of Wands reversed, 10 of Cups reversed. I don't think that it would actually work. Now, from a spiritual perspective, I do think that you are dealing with a karmic soulmate. I know that word karmic and karma, we tend to assign negative connotations to that, like immediately. That doesn't guarantee that it has to be a bad connection. It very frequently is, but it doesn't guarantee that it has to be. There are plenty of karmic soulmates that are out there in beautiful relationships because guess what? They figured out how to work it out. Okay, that's the ultimate goal from a spiritual perspective, but it's not the rule. You're not required to work it out. You can cut the contract anytime you want. You're the boss. You're the president. You're the emperor. You're the king of your experience here. You agreed to it all long before you got here, and you are totally free. There's no entity over there twisting your arm, forcing you to come back and try to work the plan out or repay a karmic debt. You're the one that chooses to do that. Okay, I know at least one person needed to hear that because that's very misunderstood in the spiritual community, and I'm one of those people that tells the truth. Anyway, I don't think that there is potential. From a human perspective, the inner work that needs to be done is being ignored. It's being ignored. Inner work is painful. Good Lord Almighty, the most painful person to confront is yourself. The most uncomfortable thing to do is undo the ego that you have spent all these years building, the identity that you have spent all these years putting together, and the belief systems that you have invested so much time, effort, and energy into, and just ripping all that apart. Dude, that's not a comfortable process. And one, the other, or both of you is still failing to do that. And that is what would need to be done in order to reconcile if you we're going to, but I don't see potential right now resting in this current moment, okay? I don't. So, anywho, I feel like the messages my Pisces, Cancers, and Scorpios needed to hear have come through. So, I'm going to go ahead and end it here, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and playing along. I hope that helped some people. I hope it resonated, but again, if it doesn't, don't worry about it. It ain't that big of a deal. If you would like information on scheduling personal readings, look in the description of the video, okay? That's where it is a big deal, on the personal readings, okay? On here, not so much. But anyway, thanks again, y'all, for tuning in and playing along. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity, all right? Y'all have a good day.